Adam named his wife Eve. They were both naked and were not ashamed until the serpent came, for the serpent was the shrewdest of all the wild animals the Lord God had made. And one day he asked Eve, "Did God really say you must not eat the fruit from any of the trees in the garden?" And Eve said to the serpent, "We may eat of the fruit of the trees in the garden, but God said, 'You shall not eat of the fruit of the tree that is in the midst of the garden, neither shall you touch it, lest you die.'" But the serpent said to Eve, "You will not surely die, for God knows that on the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like God, knowing good and evil." When Eve saw that the tree was good for food and pleasing to the eyes, and that it was desirable for obtaining wisdom, she took the fruit and ate it. She also gave some to her husband who was with her, and he also ate it. And the eyes of both of them were opened, and they knew that they were naked, so they sewed together fig leaves and made coverings for themselves. Then Adam and his wife Eve heard the voice of the Lord God walking in the garden in the breeze of the day, and they hid themselves from the presence of the Lord God among the trees of the garden. But the Lord God called out to Adam, "Where are you?" And he answered, "I heard the sound of you in the garden, and I was afraid, because I was naked and I hid myself." "Who told you that you were naked?" asked the Lord God. "Have you eaten from the tree of which I commanded you not to eat?" And Adam answered, "The woman whom you gave me, she gave me fruit from the tree, and I ate it." Then the Lord God said to the woman, "What is this you have done?" And the woman replied, "The serpent deceived me, and I ate." So the Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, cursed are you above all livestock and all wild animals. You will crawl on your belly, and you will eat dust all the days of your life. And I will put enmity between you and the woman, and between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel." To the woman God said, "I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor will you give birth to children. Your desire will be for your husband, and he will rule over you." And to Adam God said, "Because you listened to your wife and ate fruit from the tree which I commanded you not to eat, cursed is the ground because of you. Through painful toil will you eat food from it all the days of your life. It will produce thorns and thistles for you, and you will eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow will you eat your food until you return to the ground, since from it were you taken, for dust you are, and to dust you will return." And the Lord God made clothing from animal skins for Adam and his wife. Then the Lord God said, "Behold, man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever." So the Lord God banished them from the Garden of Eden, and he sent Adam out to cultivate the ground from which he had been made. After driving them away, the Lord God stationed the mighty cherubim to the east of the Garden of Eden, and he placed a flaming sword that flashed back and forth to guard the way to the tree of life.